What it is, what it do, how the hell, all of you, with yours truly, Petrov Phukka, back with another motherfucker. It's not that hot out today, but fuck, this garage is hot. Yeah, I love my intros, I love my outros on some things. Anyways, so I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of posts about people's red pill moments when what define them being from a Democrat or a centrist to a conservative. And I suppose this is my red pill moment. Growing up, I didn't give two fucks about politics really at all. Like most kids shouldn't. I stayed away from the politics. Around middle school, though, especially after 9/11, I think politics really came into play for a lot of people because we went to war. And I was all for Bush when he wanted to go to war. I was young. I thought what they did was wrong. Now, as an adult, I think that was probably not a good decision because we stayed there for 20 years. But as a youth, I was for Bush. And then I was for Bush for a second term because of the war. And I was a little older, and I was like, yeah, he has to clear up that fucking mess, I think. And then I was all for Obama in his first term. I really thought the world could use some change. Bush was just a piece of shit. I remember Kanye coming out and saying he don't care about black people. He fumbled Katrina. FEMA just wrecked people with those trailers that, like I brought up before, people are hunting down those FEMA trailers, proving that they're not safe to live in. And by the end of Obama's second term, no. I voted for Romney. Still didn't really know much about politics. Kind of just thought Romney could win, realizing he got fucking land blasted. Stupid idiot. But I was still happy I didn't vote for Obama because by the end of Obama's tenure as president, his last term, he got a lot of grief from a lot of sides. And I thought I was right in not voting for him. He had Biden under his belt. He had Hillary. And those three together, they just did things I didn't particularly agree with in the second term. Because in the first term, I was still young. So I really didn't pay much attention. But as I got a little older, I paid more attention to the news. Not Fox News and CNN, just my local news. So I caught like the back end of what was happening. And like I said, by the second term, I really didn't like him. And Obama did some things I didn't really like, but I wasn't for Obamacare. I did not vote in favor of gay marriage. I don't care if you guys didn't vote in favor of it. Mainly because it did affect some churches, and that's one of my reasons that I'm a conservative. I don't align with that view. But you're free to do whatever you want. You can chastise me all you want for what I said, but I don't do what you're gonna do. I don't care. Just don't let it affect me. And that includes fucking Christians. Don't be thumping your Bible in my presence. Me and God got our own relationship going on. I don't need your help. But you had Biden, and Biden was always fucking sketchy. But more of Biden's backlash came out during this last couple, year and a half, 2 years with fucking him trying to go after Trump. But we'll get into that. I don't really think Obama or Biden really helped fix any of the actual division in this country. I'm not saying they helped sowed it, but I don't think they helped fix it. And then he has Hillary. And one of the things that really, really, really bugged me about Hillary was all the shit that surrounds her name. And not only that, I know a couple of women that don't like Hillary because she stuck around with her cheating-ass husband. Can't argue that. If they don't like that, what am I going to say? It makes sense. But she also, when the Benghazi thing happened, that was fucked up. She let our soldiers get stuck. Wasn't answering the phone like she should have been. And to me, that was an ultimate sign of betrayal. Nonetheless, the fact that she has countless bodies behind her name and Bill Clinton's name, allegedly. And then when the 2016 election started, Trump was going to run. And I remember Trump mainly from when he was fucking around with wrestling and getting stone cold stunnered and shit. And then he had his The Apprentice, and him and Omarosa went at it. And then Mac Miller had he had a song about Donald Trump, or Donald Trump song or something like that. Everyone seemingly loved Trump until he started to run. Even though Trump did continuously go after Obama when Obama was president about his birth certificate. And it really did seem like Trump held back very many punches when he did. But I remember his name was all over the place. Growing up, all over the place. Whether it was in the news for good or bad things, that man was all over the place. And when the 2016 election happened, that shit was just flooded with Republicans. And I remember Trump just going after him. And still wasn't wholly, and at this time I still wasn't wholly set on am I a Democrat, am I a conservative, but I was a Trump fan. And I'm not saying Trump doesn't say stupid shit. And I'm not saying Trump that right now, what's going on in the world, he should have been said something or did something. He should have. I don't know what he's waiting for now. At first I thought maybe he's waiting for more people to, like, maybe he thinks if he waits it out, maybe more people will end up voting for him. But I think at this point, our country's really hurting with the fact that we got the Chaz and all that shit, but he should do something. But I'll digress. Trump was running, and Trump did not, like I said, did not turn me to a conservative. Certain values, that I'll get into those. But independent creators had, like, Steven Crowder, Young Ripa, ABL. Those are just three that have views that I'm like, I can align with those views, and it makes sense. Those views make sense to me. Like, what I think of my beliefs, those make sense. And then I look at the conservative party and think, like, damn, some of the views that you guys have, really, I align with those. And, like, we'll get into those. But in 2016, when I look at my news feed, I remember having, like, Occupy Democrats and all that shit on my news feed because I just liked all of it. And I just remember looking at it like, I don't align with what they're saying. Fuck. Damn, what? No. And I just remember thinking, like, this isn't good. Like, maybe I'm on the wrong side. Not the wrong side of history. Maybe I'm just on the wrong side. I don't want to be on the wrong side of I don't want to be on the wrong party or, and then be pissing off my party mates. Because I'm not going to believe in what you believe in. And one of the things that, a lot of the things that I didn't really agree with were, like, the attack on free speech when Antifa was growing and gonna beat up everybody and their mama for speaking how they feel and this, that, thing, and trying to stand up against the protest that Antifa was having. Antifa had to get violent and shit like that. Like, it just, and then you can tell, like, when they talk about hate speech, this is classified hate speech. This is, and then they continually try to go after free speech. It's just, it got to be annoying. It got to be irritating. And then I know this is make me as a conservative. I don't agree with abortion. And the abortion rates shocked me. Like, really? That's fucking insane. I'm not going to say the number, but if you look it up, that's nuts. That's insane. And then the attack on the Second Amendment. Continually going after the Second Amendment as if guns are the problem. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. And one of the last straws when Hillary came out and said you're a deplorable if you vote for Trump or if you're a conservative. And yesterday I brought up Palmer Report. That's the same thing calling us dangerous and deranged. You will never get conservatives to ever side with any Democrat or liberal if that's really what they think. And then even attack on, like, certain Christian values and just Christians in general. Christians are always the fucking problem, I guess, in someone's eyes. Then I started to dig and do my own research here and there, and I started to see, like, there's a lot of things that the Dems do that I don't stand for. I don't stand for some of their values. I believe in the small government. I don't believe in giving out government assistance all over every time. I didn't believe that people should have gotten $600 extra during the COVID scare. I know. And I was raised to stand firm on my beliefs. And that's what I'm doing. And while Trump was running, the amount of hate that man got from every way possible, every way, was insane. And the fact that the media was like, Hillary's got this in the bag. Hillary's got this in the bag. Hillary got it. Hillary got it. It was a joke. I remember telling people it's the best. Choose who's the best. If they're both evil, who's the best one? Trump is the best one out of both evil. First off, all the things that Trump gets alleged, people that allege against Trump, it's alleged. You don't have proof, or he would be locked up. But Hillary, there's a lot of people alleged that die that are in connection with her, a lot, and they die in some pretty suspicious ways. So when I say lesser of two evils, I'm thinking like, well, Trump said grab her by the coochie, Hillary fucked around with Benghazi. Wasn't that hard to draw a line in the sand for me, like to who I'm going to pick. And then Trump said he would drain the swamp, and I believe that truly shook the left and the right to the cores, because they knew he ain't a politician. He don't give a fuck about what we got going on. And I know that he's a businessman. He's not a politician. You're right. So that's why when politicians hate his ass so much, because I really think y'all are doing some dirty shit. And they talk about, I just think that I think politicians are dirty. And like Jelly Roll said, you ain't never met a good politician. And then I see attacks on conservatives from all fronts. It don't matter what a conservative does. We've been on the defense for years. And I think when the offense happens, it's not often, but when it does, I think it makes a difference. And like I said, I watched Antifa grow from the. Now, granted, it's not a new group. It's old. But I didn't hear about that shit growing up, but I heard about the Hells Angels, the Mongols, the Bloods, the Crips, GDs, Vice Lords, the KKK, the Black Panthers. I never heard of Antifa. So when they popped up, definitely seen the hate grow from within them. And I've seen them attack multiple conservatives on plenty of videos. It's not hard to find. And by this point, I just was like, yeah, no, I ain't rocking with the left. And I always heard of the silent majority growing up, but I didn't really know who they were or what that shit even meant. And as I got older, I realized who the silent majority was. The ones that don't talk about it, the ones that don't show you nothing about it. They just wait till it comes to that ballot day, and they show up. Don't always win, but they show up. And by 2016, I knew what it was. And I sat back for about 2 years, and I watched Trump get slaughtered left and right daily. It didn't matter if it was just from normal people or it was the media. I seen it every day. And I got kind of tired of it. And I'm thinking, what can I do with my opinion besides sitting on social media and just bitching? So I decided I'm going to start a podcast. And I'm going to hopefully use my voice to speak for the silent majority. And not twist the words of what Trump says and what other Republican lawmakers say. Because we know enough of the words get twisted so much by the time you get the message, it's been mangled. And since I've started this podcast about, I'd say, a year ago, something like that. Not that long ago in the scheme of podcasting, but I've been pumping out my opinions. I've been enjoying it. Took a couple breaks here and there. I don't plan on taking any one soon. And again, I thank you guys for listening. I hope if you are a conservative, you have your red pill moment. I hope that someday that you can tell people why you changed from democratic ways to conservative ways, or maybe you're a conservative that had a blue pill moment, you went to the liberals, whatever it is. I hope you're able to express that shit without getting punched in the eye. This is Petrov, and we out.